So I just watched the Xbox reveal events showing their new console, their new concept for the next generation, and their new games. Alright. Let me just get this out of the way first. The feelings that I'm going to be expressing in this video have nothing to do with the fanboyism that you think I may have with the PlayStation 3 and the whole PlayStation franchise. I mean, people seem to think like, oh no, he's an Xbox fanboy. Oh no, he's a PlayStation fanboy. Alright? I buy most of my games on the Xbox 360. Alright? Kind of odd because it's the console I don't use the most. I usually use, well, if you, we're just talking about consoles, right? Not platforms because, you know, I use my PC every day. But I'm with my PlayStation 3 more, alright? But I buy more games with my Xbox, which I technically only get to play about 4 or 5 days a month. You know, because it's at the other house and I go from house to house because my parents are divorced. And they're like they're 90 miles apart, alright? So it's not like I can just go, oh, I'm just going to go down the street and go to my mom's house and play some Xbox games. It's not like that, alright? So I buy most of my games for the platform that I rarely see. I'm a genius, right? But why do I do that? And really, it's just because it's just an odd thing because I look at a game and I make the assumption, all right, I'm going to buy it on this platform. And immediately when I look at a game, it doesn't have to do with anything like, oh, this platform has exclusive content and blah 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 blah. You know, it's like Far Cry 3. If I didn't get it on my PC, I was probably going to get it on the Xbox 360, regardless whether it had exclusive content on the PS3. It's just something I had that just says Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation. So that's it. I just want to get that out of the way, alright? Because this conference started off really exciting, and then it just left me really kind of surprised and a little bit confused and baffled at the end, alright? So let's talk about the new console. It's called the Xbox One. They have a tagline with it. It's called an all-in-one experience. So that's why it's called the Xbox One. And you can also be like, oh, Xbox One over PlayStation 4. You can use it like that way if you want, all right? But it's not this. It's one as in the number one. It's spelled out Xbox One. And it's an interesting title because I think Xbox Infinity, it didn't really flow. You know, it was a cool name, but it didn't really flow. The Xbox Durango didn't really flow. The Xbox 720 kind of flowed, but again, it's like, oh, it's just add 360 and 360, you get 720. It was kind of stupid. Everyone called it that, but it was just kind of a stupid name. And the Durango, the Xbox Durango, it was like its prototype name. Cool. Alright. You know, it has a really hard time choosing a name, alright? So Xbox One, it's there. It's better than the Wii U. I think anything's better than the Wii U, but Xbox One is the name, alright? A little bit a little bit skeptical about the name, just a little bit, because I don't know how that's going to translate into marketing. We'll see, alright? Then they showed off the console itself. This thing looks beautiful, alright? Xbox, the consoles themselves haven't really had a beautiful, you know, kind of really amazing, sexy look to them. You know, the first Xbox, I'm sorry, it looked hideous. This big X, and you know, it's a big bulky thing with a big round Xbox thing. The original Xbox, I mean, it looked like a little kid's kind of device. You know, it was white. It had a little circle with the green on it, and you know that's cool. Then they redesigned it, and it was slimmer, and it looked cool. You know, but it didn't really have that sexy design that PlayStation had with like the PlayStation 3. The original PlayStation 3 was beautiful, regardless of its size. The font, the excellent piano black finish. Yes, it got dusty, but it was just gorgeous. All right. So the Xbox, when they showed off the Xbox One console itself, I was like, damn, that looks amazing. I love the look of the console. I think it's fantastic. They also showed off the new controller, which kind of looks like the Xbox 360 controller, except it has a better D-pad. It has a built-in battery. Thank God! Oh my God! One of the most annoying things in the world is the AA batteries that the Xbox 360 controller had. I mean, and the Wii controller did as well, but let's leave Nintendo out of this. I really liked PlayStation's concept with the PlayStation 3 controller. Bluetooth, rechargeable, it worked. You know, you had this long range because of the Bluetooth power, but it has a built-in battery. A dedicated, I'm sorry, what's the actual term they use? An integrated battery, all right? Thank you. All right, now, probably the playtime is going to be extended because of this rechargeable integrated battery, whatever you want to say. So, but I'm just glad that it has an integrated battery. That's just a huge improvement over that. It means when I drop the controller or something like that, like it was so bad with the Xbox 360 controller. I don't have a controller here. All right, let's pretend this is an Xbox 360 controller. I used to take the controller, place it on my table, all of a sudden it disconnected from the console. I literally just went like this. Disconnected from the console. Just placing it on the table. And it's because the battery, the battery, what do you call the thing? You know, the little thing you stick the batteries in and it snaps on. The battery cover, all right, wasn't really, it wasn't really tight. You know, it got loose. I don't know what happened. It was weird, all right? And all the controllers do that. You play with them for a little while. You set them on the table even gently, and something like that. Just I hit the back of the controller. Now I have to disconnect my controller disconnected. Now I have to reconnect it to the console. So I hope this integrated battery solves that issue. All right, but they improved the D-pad, which is still the same size, but they're individual buttons, I believe. I don't think it's one button. I have to remember. I don't think it's one button. If it is, that's kind of stupid still, because the biggest problem with the Xbox controller is the D-pad. All right, it's just one circle pad thing. It's weird. So it's an improved D-pad. I think they're individual buttons now, which is good. You know, even if it's not, I'm gonna have to have the controller in hand to really test it out. But good D-pad. They also improved the thumbsticks, which have a rounder indent, so it's a lot more easier to, I guess, use them, whatever. So that's good. And then they also showed that Kinect 2.0. We actually didn't get a name on a new Kinect. I just suppose it's called Kinect 2.0. I mean, that's what everyone's calling it. So Kinect 2.0 was announced, and it looks like a really slim, like really nice projector. And it comes with every single Xbox One console, which is good. And the Kinect 2.0 has a 1080p RGB camera at 30 frames per second and 2 gigabits of data per second it transmits. That's a lot, all right? That's like, you know, that's like supersonic fast speed, especially for a camera like that. It's a really good camera. They're talking about how it really tracks your movements, how it can really, it's really sensitive. It can even track like the turning of your wrist and stuff like that. So the biggest problem with Kinect is that they advertised it as like this hardcore thing that you wanted, and you know, I have a Kinect, you know, I bought into it, and it's cool to talk to your console. The only problem is, like, voice commands and stuff, when you're playing a game, you'll say something, it doesn't really recognize you because the game volume overshadows your voice, even when you adjust it, and the thing's just way too sensitive sometimes. You'll see, like, some vlogs. When I'm doing vlogs like these and my Xbox is on, it starts going to Bing, it starts going to games and all this stuff. It's like, when you have your Kinect on, you have to be totally silent in the room with you. And the Kinect is probably better if you play with headphones, all right? Because then you don't have the game volume impeding on the Kinect's microphone. So, but it comes with every console, Xbox One console. Here's my issue. The Kinect is great, but you have to have room to play it, all right? My best friend plays in his bedroom, and he literally has He literally has this much space. See the space from my bed right here to like about the end of this camera? Probably around the door right here on the edge of the door. He probably has about that much space between him and the bed. So how is he going to be able to do full motion body tracking when he's like this close up to the camera? You know, it's like, Kinect, it's great to talk to your console, but as far as the motion controls go, it's going to be limited to a certain audience. My room is thankfully big enough to use the Kinect, so all I have to do is just push the chair out of the way. So it's like the minimum amount of space I need. It's like I think a little bit more than the minimum amount of space I have to use the Kinect. All right, so it's great. I like talking to the console itself. That's cool. I like just saying Xbox on. It turns on. I thought that was awesome how they were talking about the instant switching. Xbox TV, Xbox Music, Xbox Games, Xbox Movies, Xbox Bing, Xbox TV. They kept going switching off, and it was instant. Now you have to keep in mind, all right. Even though the whole demonstration, the whole presentation is live, the demos are scripted. All right. No matter what they say, they have to script these demos, and the reason is because if there's an error that happens, like if something goes wrong with the press conference, they have to still find a way to make it work. They have to prepare for the worst. All right. So when he was saying Xbox Music, Xbox Games, Xbox TV, that was already planned to go to those predetermined points, all right, before he was saying that. You have to keep that in mind, all right? There's all these companies, they'll say, oh, this is like, even Ken Levine said, when he did the Bioshock Infinite demo in 2011, showcasing he had to take down this big blimp and there's missiles rocking and everything, that demo was scripted. He said, of course it's scripted because, it's a live presentation. They have to prepare for the worst. So, of course, it's scripted. He's playing with unlimited health as well. But they have to prepare for the worst. And he said that that's just an interpretation of what the actual thing really is, all right? So you have to just remember that, all right? Even though they say, oh, no, it really works like that. It may really work like that, just that whole demo was scripted, all right? Next up, they showed the Xbox user interface. And let me tell you, based off the Xbox user interface, as it is now, the Xbox One user interface, and now the PlayStation 4 UI, the Xbox One user interface is 1,000 times better than what I've seen on the PlayStation 4 UI. The PlayStation 4 UI looks like the PlayStation Store, but you have all these tiles here. We didn't get a clear look on it, and I hope we will at this year's E3. But the Xbox One interface, I mean, it looks fantastic. It's like Windows 8. They said that it combines 3 OSs, 3 operating systems into one, all right? It's a Windows 8 kind of Metro style. But the 3 operating system, it uses the normal Xbox UI, it uses the Windows operating system, and I'm looking at my notes here. They didn't talk. They mentioned the other OS. They said it's an OS that connects the two together. All right, so that's that. But it's like Windows 8 Metro, except it's not nearly as hideous. Well, Windows 8, to be honest, the Metro interface, it isn't hideous, but in a game form, it wouldn't really work exactly like a copy and paste method. So they kind of redid it. Yeah, but this big box here that showcases what games you're gonna play. This big box, all right. That's great. The big box. Because your Xbox 360 interface, I find this so stupid, and I kind of hate it. It kind of disgusts me when I'm playing a game, but the Xbox user interface, you have squares around this big box, all right? And then the game that you want to play is in this tiny little square up in the top left-hand corner. And in the big, huge, centered square is an advertisement. They advertise the shit out of that console. They like TV shows. Hey, download a new Tomb Raider map pack. Check out the Assassin's Creed 4 reveal trailer. Hey, look, Batman Arkham Origins, it's coming out. And it's like you have this big, huge advertisement advertising all the stuff with your little tiny box that showcases the game you're going to play. I really think that should be opposite, and I'm looking at the Xbox One UI, and it looks like they did that. They have this big box here that's showcasing Forza 5, and then you're going to have your other boxes, which may be advertisements or go to menus to other that may lead you to other topics about gaming. So that's good. You have a trend. You have a new trending menu, which showcases what everyone on Xbox Live is playing and watching and listening to, and also more importantly, what your friends are watching, playing, and listening to. So you have that on. That can be cool. You know, I mean, I don't care what everyone's doing personally. I don't care if I'm watching the fucking 24 Live Another Day show and someone else is watching Breaking Bad. I don't know, Breaking Bad's over, I think, but I don't know, The Walking Dead. I don't care if everyone's watching The Walking Dead. I'm going to watch what I'm going to watch, all right? And that's not going to be determined by someone else's or by the majority of people's hot topics, all right? But I guess it's interesting to say, okay, I wonder what everyone's watching. Huh, everyone seems to be watching this new show, Defiance, you know, I mean, we all know how Defiance is. But everyone seems to be watching Defiance, huh? I'll check it out. Maybe it's good, and it may get you interested. So something like that is cool. I'm just talking about me personally. I could give a shit. I could give a shit less. So then there's picture-in-picture. Now that's a cool feature. The fact that I can be watching a movie and say, "Huh, I wonder what my friends are doing right now." You can do a picture-in-picture of. I can go to my friends list, watch what my friends are playing, and then still watch the movie right there. And they're actually showing. They're showcasing the Star Trek, the original Star Trek, not the Into Darkness one, but the first one, not the one from the 80s, 90s, whatever. I'm talking about like the new era Star Trek. So they're showcasing Star Trek, and the guy was actually was able to watch a trailer for the new Star Trek and actually purchase tickets to see the new Star Trek. That's pretty cool. All right, you're like, oh, I really like this movie. Oh, the new one's in theaters. Oh, I want to go see it. So you can instantly purchase tickets to go see movies that are, you know, either sequels or recommended because of what you watched. You then they then showed Skype integration. Now I'm on Skype all the time. All right, talking to my friends, talking to some of you guys on YouTube and whatnot. I'm on Skype all the time. So this is cool. The thing is, when I turn on my Xbox, I'm turning it on to play games. All right. Am I gonna honestly turn it on to see Skype or to view Skype? No, I'm not. If I'm watching a movie or a TV series and I say, oh, I want to talk to my friend Jacob, then, you know, he can call me directly on Skype. Boom, I can do an actual live video feed. It'll do a video conference between me and him while I'm watching the TV series, and that's really cool. I like that. The thing is, you know, you're probably going to use Skype on your PC anyway because that's just what you're using. It's like the Windows 8 Metro interface. You have a Skype app for Windows 8. Who uses that? Everyone on Windows 8 uses the desktop mode with your desktop apps. I have a Netflix app on my Windows 8 computer. I have a desktop app. I would just go to Netflix.com if I wanted to watch something, or I'd just stream it to my console. So it's like all these apps that, you know, I'm not going to go into Windows 8 because I already went to Windows 8. It's an operating system that has potential. All right, it just isn't done well for home computers and laptops. Great for tablets and smartphones, but not computers. But Skype integration, that's cool. And then basically you like I said, it's voice. You could do voice on anything, you know. So it basically eliminates the TV remote. There's no point in having a remote. You can just control it from your smartphone, and that's great, you know. When I'm watching, you know, there's been countless times where, you know, I want to watch a movie, I'm looking for the remote, and I can't find it because it's stuffed somewhere in the couch or it's in a different room or somewhere. I mean, I don't watch TV that much, but that has happened to everyone somehow before. So this eliminates the remote control. You can just control it with your voice. It's easy, it's fast, it looks like, and it's gonna really be a what's the word I'm looking at? I hate when I go blank like this, when I'm like on a tangent and I go blank about the word. Fuck. So, all right, never mind about that. But you know, convenient. There we go. Convenient. So it makes it a lot more convenient. Then they detailed the specs. Now, I was watching IGN stream because I wanted to watch the Xbox stream, and it wasn't HD. The stream they were showing on Xbox.com wasn't HD, and I said, why the hell is it playing in 480p? I went over to IGN stream because they were playing it in 720, and I got better quality because of that. But they showcased the specs really quickly. For some reason, I was watching the stream. They showcased the screen for like 5 seconds, then they went off. They took it off the screen. It's like, here's the specs, all right, next. And it was like, wait, I didn't even have time to really take a look at it. So I wrote down as much as I could, and I tried to remember as much as they said. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM. They didn't specify which RAM. We don't know if it's DDR3, if it's GDDR5 like the PlayStation 4. But 8 gigabytes of RAM is more than enough to satisfy game developers. I mean, PC games, only the really high graphic-intensive PC games require 8 gigabytes of RAM, and that's a lot of RAM, alright? Don't say, well, it's just the normal basic RAM that's expected in a gaming computer today. 8 gigabytes of RAM is a lot, alright? 4 gigabytes, there are PC games still coming out today that just require 4 gigabytes of RAM. So 8 gigabytes is plenty. Again, they didn't specify it's DDR3, it's GDDR5, we don't know, alright? But it's 8 gigabytes of RAM. It also has USB 3.0, thank you, alright? I think the PlayStation 4 has 3.0 as well, but USB 3.0, it's much faster transfer data, and it's going to be a lot more better. Has a Blu-ray drive. Yay! Alright, Blu-ray drive. They didn't talk about the speed of it because remember Sony with the PlayStation 2 they had the Blu-ray drive for the PlayStation 3 games, not the 2. The PlayStation 3 has the Blu-ray drive, but it's only 2 times. It's only 2x the speed. So they upped it to 6x. So I don't know if the BD drive in Xbox One is going to be 6x, 4x. We don't know the speed, all right? But this is all, you know, they all just kind of gave us just a glimpse. They didn't give us the full picture. They're going to give us the full picture at E3, they said. 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now, this is something I didn't expect from them. They actually detailed the hard drive space because Sony didn't detail the hard drive space with the PlayStation 4. It comes with a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now, interesting enough about this amount of space, they said 500 gigabyte hard drive. They didn't say or 250 gigabytes, which leads me to believe there's only one version of the Xbox One. There's only going to be one definitive console version. I don't know, because the original Xbox, when it launched, you had your 20 gig hard drive, then you had your Xbox without any hard drive, the Arcade and the Pro. So I don't know if they're going to launch 2 models, but it says 500 gigabyte hard drive. I don't know if that's the minimum. I don't know if that's the maximum. All right, I don't even know if that's replaceable. They didn't say it's going to be a proprietary hard drive or it's just going to be a basic PC hard drive. Because the great thing about the PlayStation 3 is that you can just buy a regular 2.5-inch laptop hard drive, any space, and you can just put it in there, and it'll read it. So I don't know if it's going to be a proprietary hard drive. My guess it probably will, because the Xbox and the new Xbox had proprietary hard drives. Then an 8-core CPU, again, they didn't detail if it was the Jaguar that the PlayStation 4 is using or if it's some new thing they're developing. They just said 8-core CPU. So again, a very vague answer. Didn't detail the really specifics on that hardware, but we'll see. And like I said, the 3 OSs in one. Then that was it, really. That was it for the console themselves. I think the design of it looks amazing. I think the integration with the TV, that's great. You know, that's something that my parents would probably be interested in, saying, oh, wow, I could buy this thing, and it has built-in Internet Explorer, built-in TV, movies, I can buy movie tickets off this thing. This thing's amazing. That's something that's great for them. But as for me, I mean, I'm buying a game console, all right? I'm not buying a cable box. I'm buying a game console, all right? I expect when I buy an Xbox One, it's gonna play games. Everything else is second, all right? Everything else is second, but I buy it because I want to play games. So that's you know, that's something I just wanted to establish, and that's something that should be established. You know, it's great for people, you know, who play in the living room, like, you know, a guy who's grown up, who lives by himself. He just wants one device who can play video games on, watch movies, music, pictures, TV shows, and watch live TV. There you go. Cancel your subscription plan to your television service. Put your Xbox One there, and have the guy from your TV service, hook it up or something like that. I wonder how it's going to integrate with themselves, if it's just going to use a coaxial cable, or if it's actually going to use a TV subscription service from Verizon Fios or Time Warner or something along those lines. But that's good. Then the game developers came out. This is where things just went. It was like, yes, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. It was like that. Yes. Oh, shit. So that's how I felt. I was like, the first 30 minutes, this thing's pretty cool. I want one of these. I honestly want an Xbox One. And then they talked about the games. And the game developers came out. And it was like, okay, where's the gameplay? I guess they didn't have any gameplay. All right, next. Gameplay. Oh, okay, okay. Come on. Gameplay. No? No gameplay? Gameplay? That's what it was. The guys from FIFA came out and they're like, we have this new engine called the EA Sports Ignite engine. And it basically makes sport games realistic. I think we're at the point now where driving games are the most, like, the detail on the cars is next to the real thing. I think we're at that point. And this generation, the last generation, I call the HD gaming generation because that's a transition where we all moved to HD gaming. This generation is going to be called the realism generation because this is the generation, I truly believe this. This is the generation where it's going to completely blur the lines as far as what is the real thing and what is computerized. The beautiful, what's the term that they use for those trailers? The beautiful pre-rendered trailers and that we all have seen for games, you know, like the Cyberpunk 2077 trailer, pre-rendered, the Deus Ex Human Revolution 5-minute trailer. That was pre-rendered. The Tomb Raider trailer was pre-rendered. All these trailers are pre-rendered to look more beautiful than the actual game is. And I think we're going to be at the point where the pre-rendered trailer is going to be the actual gameplay. It's going to look that good. So, it basically, this new engine for the sports games makes sports games realistic on the Xbox 360 and makes them look like just next to the real thing. Then, they also said that all the sports games will be supported by Xbox One. Like, they're all going to have like those special DLCs, and they're going to support the console, and it's going to be great because Xbox One is going to be the sports game console. All right, so that's that. What next? Forza 5. They announced Forza 5. We kind of saw a glimpse of it in the beginning. They officially announced Forza 5. They said it's going to be a launch title with the Xbox One. Not surprising there because Forza 4 launched 2 years ago and Forza Horizon was made by a completely different team. And I love the Forza series. I think it's pretty much my favorite racing series this whole generation. I love the Forza series, alright? But it's a launch title. The graphics look incredible. I mean, I thought Drive Club looked amazing when they were talking about it, but the graphics in this game, I mean, it looks just as good. And they're showing, like, the trailer in slow motion. When you're skidding on the ground, they're showing the dirt particles flying off in the tires. They zoomed in, and you can actually see the tread marks on the tire, the little hairs and the details on the tire. So, I don't know. The PlayStation 4 is launching with Drive Club. Xbox One is going to be launching with Forza 5. Forza 5 is just, I mean, it already has that established fan base. Drive Club, you know, it's made by Evolution Studios. So, you know, you have the MotorStorm guys who made great... I mean, MotorStorm's been always good, you know, but still, it's just going to depend which one's better. And right now I'm leaning towards Forza 5 just because I love Forza and it's my favorite racing series this whole generation. But no gameplay of Forza 5. We saw a trailer, yippee, but I'm excited for it. And then they said the guys from Remedy, alright? Then they announced the guys from Remedy have a new game. And I'm just thinking to myself, alright, here it comes, Alan Wake 2, baby. Because Alan Wake, the original Alan Wake, was a good game. Alright, it was very narrative heavy, story focused, character development. You know, it was a good game. The gameplay got a little bit repetitive, but the graphics of the game looked fantastic. I love the character models, and the story was really interesting. Alan Wake's American Nightmare was one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. It was the most frustrating piece of shit downloadable game I've ever spent my money on. So, forget that game. But I'm talking about the game developed by Remedy, Alan Wake. And the new game is not Alan Wake 2, to my surprise. It's called Quantum Break. And I think it's kind of like... It's kind of odd because it's like you can stop time, and it's going to be really action-oriented, and, you know, it looks definitely really interesting. The trailer we saw, the graphics were beautiful. Again, it's pre-rendered, but the trailer we saw, it looks great. It looks amazing. I'm excited for it. I want to see gameplay, which they didn't show at the conference. Again, no gameplay. Then after that, they said this. We promise to give you guys more than 15 exclusive games. Alright? More than 15 exclusive games. And then they said 8 of those games are going to be new franchises. Thank you. That solves everything. My biggest problem with Microsoft at the moment is that they regurgitate their franchises like they're, you know, like they have like infinite possibilities. Like, I don't want to see more Halo. I give a shit less about Halo. Take Halo, die. All right, just kill Halo for God's sakes. I'm so sick and tired of the franchise. We're making a new trilogy. I don't care. All right, stop with Halo. And same thing. Stop with Gears of War. These franchises wouldn't be so annoying if it weren't the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. The same thing with Call of Duty. The same thing, alright? It's Call of Duty. You expect it to be what it is. And yes, it's a great game. No one can doubt that Call of Duty is a great game, alright? Each game comes out, it's always got quality. They always include a really good campaign with a really good story. And the multiplayer can be pretty addicting sometimes. But again, the only annoying thing about Call of Duty, and the reason why you may hate it, and a lot of other people may hate it, you know, a reason why there's the people who love it and the people who hate it. The reason why there's that separation is because Call of Duty comes out and it's the same thing. They don't change it. If Call of Duty changed things like every 2 games, people will be like, alright, this series is pretty cool. But just because they don't change the gameplay, it makes it more annoying. Alright, that's the only problem. They don't change the gameplay. You want to make Halo 5 and Halo 6? Do it. Go make it. But change the gameplay. Halo 4 had the same reloading animations as Halo 3. You couldn't even change the reloading animations? It's the same thing. Call of Duty has always had the same animations. Your gun still moves like this. He still reloads the M4 exactly the same, even though you're playing as a different character. Oh. I'm excited for the new exclusives. I think Xbox needs the new exclusives badly. I do. Sony, you know, has a lot of exclusives. Each of them are high quality to a certain extent. You have a few exceptions in there, and each of them, you know, are just really great games. Xbox just needs to have more exclusives because, yes, third party, it matters the most, but when it comes to the deciding factor between the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, people are going to look at the exclusives and say, alright, which one has better exclusives? And Sony has already established a a bunch of going franchises: Uncharted, Killzone, Infamous. I'm looking at my stack right here. I mean, the Yakuza series, even. You know, games like those. I can give a shit less about Little Big Planet. And Xbox, it's like more Halo, more Gears of War. Just give them that. And that's the issue. All right. So I'm glad they're having more exclusives. Thank you. After that, and 343 Studios came up, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, don't do it, do not announce Halo 5, don't do it, please, do not announce Halo 5, I'm sitting here and I'm saying this like over and over again, and she's like, we're proud to announce, it's some chick, we're proud to announce, in correlation with Steven Spielberg, we're going to do a live-action Halo TV series. And I'm like, yes! Thank you! I'm sitting there, I'm like, don't do Halo 5. Don't do it. Because if they did Halo 5, it'd be exactly the same as Halo 4. And I want Halo 5 to be different. Not just better graphics. Different, please. Different. So, I was like, yes, it's just a TV series. Thank you. Yes. So that's what I was like when I heard that. Am I gonna watch the new TV series? I haven't watched TV in forever. The last TV show I watched was 24. That was the last TV show I watched. After 24 ended, I was like, I'm not watching TV again. I never watched TV. There'd actually be, when I live on my own, there'd be no need for a cable box. No need. Because the problem with TV, alright, I'm quickly delve into this. The problem with TV is that there's nothing but shit on these days. Like, people want to watch, like, these reality TV shows. I'm sorry. What form of entertainment do you get out of watching the corruption of somebody's life? And, I mean, my stepbrother, is like watches like all these shows like The Biggest Loser and stuff, and you know he's overweight and he likes to watch all these like shows about people losing weight. I'm like, why would you want to watch a show about someone making a difference for themselves, and while you just sit there and it's like I don't understand. All right, why do you want to watch someone make a difference and not make a difference yourself? All that time you could make a difference yourself. So it's just crap on TV. That's all. What's good about this new, they announced a new Xbox Live service. It's just Xbox Live, but it's bigger. Alright. It uses the same membership as your current Xbox Live. Meaning it's not free. It's still going to be $60 a year. Whatever. Okay. It's still going to be $60 a year, but they have more servers. Alright. 300,000 worldwide servers. They said that's more than all the computers, more than all the computer power in 1999. All right, 300,000 servers worldwide. You know what that means? That service is going to be damn well fast. It's going to be protected, and it's going to be updated like almost constantly. So that's great. I think the Xbox Live service is fantastic. I mean, PlayStation. I don't have a problem with the PlayStation Network. I really don't. The great thing about Xbox Live is that it just has this tremendous amount of support and stuff like that. And I really think that, you know, the PlayStation Network, great service. It just doesn't have the support that Xbox Live has. All right. But again, I don't have a problem with it. All right. People want to say, "Oh, PlayStation Network sucks." It doesn't suck. All right. I'm a PlayStation Plus subscriber. All right. I like the PlayStation Plus service. I do. I really do. I think it's cool. It's different than Xbox Live, so I'm not going to sit here and say, well, it's better than Xbox Live. It's a different service entirely, but I mean, I don't have a problem with PlayStation Network. I really don't. Then they also announced, now this is pretty cool, it's sort of like their comeback to what Sony did with the share button. You have a dedicated video game DVR. You can watch, rewind, fast forward, and save clips of your gameplay. That's kind of, now they didn't say whether you can share this on YouTube. I assume you can, because why not? And to be honest, it doesn't seem to be as, you know, cool as the PlayStation 4 thing, the PlayStation 4 share button, because the PlayStation 4 share button is right there on the controller. Share, boom, instant, it's on YouTube or Ustream or streaming Facebook, whatever it is. All right. So we'll see how this is. I think they're still working out the details. But that's cool. So, get this. They're wrapping it up, right? And we're all sitting there. I'm sitting here, and everyone's sitting there like, we're like, all right, we know Call of Duty's going to be here. Infinity Ward said they're going to be here. So, 10 minutes out, they're like, we want to thank each and every one of you for joining our conference, for supporting us, and for seeing the vision of the next Xbox One. So, in conclusion, we're going to be bringing out Infinity Ward to showcase their new Call of Duty Ghost running live on the X. Well, not live, but they're saying, let's see what the developers of Infinity Ward had to showcase about the brand new Call of Duty Ghost. Everyone's like, yeah, Call of Duty, because everyone on Xbox is a Call of Duty fan, alright? There's people on PS3 as well, but everyone's like, you know, that's their game. And the problem is that they did this last, and I'm thinking to myself, You did this last. You did this as the most important thing. The most important thing you had to show at your press conference was excuse me, was a third-party title. A third-party title. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, Microsoft. This is a third-party title. It's coming out for the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360. Hell, it's even coming out for the Wii U. It's a third-party title. It is not an exclusive. Stop treating it like an exclusive. You get a month of DLC for a game that is the most popular game in gaming history, the most profitable form of the most profitable the most profitable entertainment there is in entertainment history is Call of Duty Ghosts. It's the best-selling series worldwide, more than any other movie, more than any other video game. Fuck, I think more than any other song. I wouldn't be surprised. So they announced Call of Duty Ghosts, and the guy came up and he's like, "All right, guys, why don't we take a look inside our development studio at what these guys are working on in the next Call of Duty Ghost?" And it's like, I don't want to see your development studio. I want to see the game. You said new engine, new Call of Duty, new capabilities, a brand new story, new characters, new Call of Duty, new Call of Duty. You said this is a brand new game from the ground up. All right, a brand new game from the ground, from the basis. All right, from nothing up, a brand new game. And they're talking about it, and you see some, developers are working on it. They have their screen there, and, the game, I think the game's playing over like an you're thinking to yourself, you're looking at the screen that this guy has on his desk, and you're like, that's not the new Call of Duty. Wait, is it? And you're thinking it's Modern Warfare 3 or whatever. And then the guy's talking about the peak and lean feature, peak and lean feature. Now I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. The peak and lean feature, and they show gameplay about the guy's peeking over the cover, and he's going to shoot the enemy. And it's like, it's the same thing! It's the same thing! You have these amazing... First of all, the graphics are amazing, alright? Excellent character models. Call of Duty has always had really good character models, even though the engine's been outdated. They really pay attention to their character models. So it's like excellent character models, great environments, but the core gameplay is still the same. Why? Interesting enough, they said world premiere. Then they said, let's take a look at a side-by-side comparison of the new Call of Duty and the old Modern Warfare 3. Right? And we're all like, okay, fine. We get to see a side-by-side comparison of how different this thing is. And it's not a side-by-side gameplay comparison. It's a screenshot comparison. It's a 3D screenshot comparison. Here are our old character models. Here are our new character models. Hey, look at our dogs. Look at the new dogs. Look at our environments. Look at this environment. It showed no gameplay. This is what the conference was like. We have a great vision for an Xbox. It's beautiful. It's integrated with your TV. It works seamlessly. It's an outstanding device. In the first 30 minutes, like I said, the first 30 minutes, I'm like, yeah, this thing's pretty cool. I want one of these. And then the other half of their conference, trailers. No games, trailers. There was no gameplay at all. You announced a new console, showed the new console, and refused to show what the console is actually capable of. You showed me trailers. Undoubtedly pre-rendered trailers. Undoubtedly pre-rendered trailers. It wasn't even actual gameplay, alright? Forza 4 probably looks exactly like the trailer did, but it's still a trailer, and I doubt it was made from apps from actual gameplay. I'm disappointed. No, I'm not disappointed. I think the Xbox One is a great console. I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the specs, I'm looking at their vision, I'm like, you know what, Xbox, or Microsoft, you know what, Microsoft? I don't agree with your whole vision on taking over the living room and putting games and entertainment second while you take over the cable box. Because this is Xbox. Take over the cable box, alright? Become the living room hub. That's Xbox's main goal. Put some games on there. have some movies. Connect, wait, let's take Connect, move it up to second. And it's just like, Microsoft, I love you, alright? I love Microsoft. I think it's a great company. I don't agree with the corporation terms, but I think the Xbox 360 is a great system. It only broke on me once, or it only broke on me twice, alright, the console itself. My PlayStation 3, the old fat model, broke on me 6 times, alright? I understand I'm in the minority as far as the PlayStation 3 goes, but still. Xbox exclusives are going to sell your console. Third party, you need a third party, you already have a third party, but when it comes to the deciding factor between the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, people are going to say, well, let me show me the first party games. And Sony's going to be showing you all their first party games, and look at this. And you're going to be like, where is that? Oh, this one's not out yet. And it's gonna be like that. You know, you have Forza. That's the only launch title you announced. Forza. You didn't say anything. It's launching with anything else. And it kind of proves that rumor that Xbox was 6+ months behind on all their projects. However, they promised that all their exclusives for Xbox, the 15 exclusives that they announced, will be coming out within a year of the Xbox One's release. That means that you're going to have not an exclusive a month, but sometimes 2 exclusives a month. It's going to be hectic, all right? And if you can make that promise, the point is, all right, these exclusives are going to have to appeal to all types of gamers, not just going to be your hardcore audience. Because believe me, I'm a hardcore audience. I don't care about Connectimals. I don't care about Viva La Piñata. I don't give a shit about that, alright? I want the hardcore games. So obviously I'm going to lean towards more of those. But what are the hardcore games? What are the number of hardcore games releasing within a year? And what are the number of, casual games releasing in a year? That's what I want to know. So in conclusion, I think the Xbox One looks fantastic. I like their vision. And to be honest, I kind of want one. But I want to see more. I think this conference was way too short, an hour long. Really? Sony's was double that, and it showed double the amount of content because of that. Xbox, show me games. At this year's E3, you're going to have to impress the hell out of me, because all your press conferences have been like an hour and a half, alright? Make your press conference 2.5 hours if you have to. But I want to see games in action. I want to see how these games take advantage of this hardware. I want to hear more specifically about the new console, its new capabilities. I want to hear more about that. So, I'm not going to give it a number rating. I didn't give the PlayStation 3 a number rating. I don't know. Xbox One looks cool. I want one. I want to hear more about E3. All right, guys. So that's it. That's all I have to say. And I thank you guys for watching. So those are my thoughts on the conference. They're just really going to have to bring it for E3, all right? But I'm sorry, after seeing that conference, and it got delayed too, I'm leaning more towards the PlayStation 4. I just am. I saw more games. I saw gameplay, first of all. I saw gameplay of the console. I saw, them promise they have an impressive launch lineup so far. Killzone Shadowfall is a launch title. Watch Dogs is a launch title. And Drive Club is a launch title. And there's undoubtedly going to be more. I mean, Mark Cerny said it's going to be the strongest lineup in PlayStation history, but how many of those are going to be exclusive hardcore games, The number doesn't matter. It's the games it's the games that people want that matters. So Microsoft, you did good in the beginning, but all I got to say is your conference was okay. It was just okay. I liked it in the beginning, but like I said, it just declined way after that. No gameplay. Lots of promises, and I hope you can fulfill on them. I'm IndustrialGamer. That's what I think about the Xbox conference. If you agree with me, go ahead and post your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to post video responses too. And if you don't agree with me, if you're an Xbox fan, tell me why you think the Xbox One, based off what you saw in the conference, based off not what they promised, based off what you saw in the conference, is an exciting day one purchase for you. All right, because I'm a bit skeptical at the moment. What really would have killed Sony, really would have killed Sony, is if they said, all right, guys, guess what? It's coming out mid-October. And guess what? You can pre-order it right now for $400. I'm going to GameStop. Like, I would have been running out the door before I even made this video and pre-ordered the game, pre-ordered the console right now. If they said that, that would have killed Sony. All right, it really would have, because you know, you would have had a next-gen console that they just announced, and they just put on the market just like that, just like boom, it's on the market right now. Go get one. That just would have been, Sony would have been like, shit. All right, we gotta get it out there. All right, showcase the console immediately. Fucking get out there, and the price, get it down. The price, get it down. That's what Sony would have done, but they didn't do that. It's just going to come down to E3. This E3 is going to be the most competitive E3 there is yet. All right, and Jack Tretton and fucking whatever his name is, the guy with the long hair, the guy, you know, who's like, make promises and here's a new Xbox and blah blah blah. You know, that guy, the main Xbox guy who does conferences. They might get in a fight. They might get in a little quarrel. You might take the DualShock 4 and smash it over the guy's face, while whatever that guy's name is might use the Kinect 2.0 to summon a Shoryuken or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, but I'll see you guys later. This video is going on way too long. If you watched it whole, let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a great day. Bye.